Fischer only traveled in Europe, but he was very much interested in the world beyond. I'm standing here at the British Museum, founded in 1753, and it was during Fischer's lifetime where this institute was transformed into the monumental building that we know it as today. It was very much Egyptomania that fueled this expansion. It was the British in competition with the French, vying for the treasures of ancient Egypt. One of those artifacts Fischer saw when he visited the institution on a private tour with his friend Joseph Planta, the librarian, and another fellow Swiss. Fischer called this artifact the Isis tableau. Today we know it as the Rosetta Stone. But Egypt wasn't the only exotic culture that Fischer was interested in. And museums weren't the only places where one could interact with artifacts from a foreign country. Fischer had a lifelong interest in China in particular. And he describes in one of his diaries how he looks at tea boxes in a shop window in Leeds. I spent the longest time in front of the window display of a tea store. I saw tea cases adorned with Chinese paintings, showing scenes of fights, games, court hearings, religious ceremonies, musical entertainments, as well as scenes from domestic life. Fischer also harbored professional interest in the products from India and China. Especially it was the metal alloys like Wootz steel and the Chinese Paktong that garnered his interest. He discussed Wootz steel with Faraday here in London, and for the longest time European metallurgists tried to reproduce the very high quality of that steel. It was the same with Paktong, which was an alloy of nickel and copper and zinc. Fischer himself had worked with copper and nickel alloys, so it was scientific interest that drew him. If you want to learn more about these encounters, go down below, check out the link to the online edition, look for keywords like the British Museum, Rosetta Stone, Wootz steel, or Paktong. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.